So for today's workout, we have 50 seconds on with a 10-second break. Pause it there if you need to write it all down. But we are starting off with a high plank alternating raise. So for this one, alternating between lifting your left or right arm, left leg or right leg. You can definitely alternate as well by lifting your left arm and your right leg at the same time. But the idea is to keep your core nice and activated and you're not moving or twisting your hips around. Do this very slowly. It's not about how many you can do in this one. So try not to be too quick. It's all about slow and control. Making sure you have a posterior pelvic tilt as well, so you engage in the core a lot better. And not just sticking your ass up in the air. Alright, so 10-second break. Not long. And we've got our V-ups. Try not to use momentum, but if you have to, that's okay. And at the top position, try not to grab your legs as well. Try and hold it there for half a second or two. And then control your weight back down. Breathe out as you come up. Nice and easy and controlled. Now I need to apologize for not being here last week. I was actually crook. And in this video I'm still a little bit crook as well. You may actually hear it in my voice now. So I didn't want to do something too intense for this video. But this still definitely got my abs working, especially towards the end. So nice and control. 10 seconds off now. Quickly spinning over, getting ready for the plank walkouts. This is one of my favorites. It's very underrated, I think. But again, it's nice and controlled. You're not sort of just rushing up and down. And the idea of it is to keep your hips from twisting around too much. So you're walking up and back without much of your torso moving. Keep it nice and tight. And keep the breathing nice and constant as well. From memory, I was definitely feeling in my core, especially after the V-ups. The V-ups definitely engage the core a lot. So when you go straight from that to something like this, which is more stability, you can feel the abs definitely turning on. 10-second rest. Flipping over. And getting ready for some scissors. So for this one, keep your back nice and flat right there. I can always grab my abs just to accuse myself to engage them. And what I'm doing is pressing my spine into the floor, making sure it's nice and flat and that my pelvis isn't anteriorly tilted. Remember to keep it nice and posterior. Pull those hips back into the ground. Legs are nice and straight. You can go from like little kicks to longer strides. It's up to you. You can play around with it. Swap between the two if you like, or stick to the one. Try and keep your breathing constant, but do not let go of that feeling. Pretend someone is like about to punch you in the stomach, or is actually punching you in the stomach, and you're tensing up and you're holding the core in nice and tight. So low plank for this one. Make sure your shoulders are above your elbows there. And you're just crunching the knee out to the side and feeling the obliques. Try and keep your bum down, Chris. There we go. That's better. Again, make sure you concentrate on your pelvic tilt as well. It's not anteriorly. It's not your bum isn't sticking up in the air. You want to tuck it underneath. And you want to shorten the distance between your hips and your sternum. So nice and crunched in, nice and tight. So crunching to the side. Again, this is nothing about reps. You don't want to run these ones. You just want to crunch it in, control it back out, and then do the other side. Right now we're flipping over, 10-second break. These are my favorite for the obliques. I like to place my hand there so I can feel like what I'm trying to do. And what I'm trying to do is shorten the distance between the armpit and the hips. I'm crunching to the side. You'll notice that my legs are as one and they lift up slightly, just small. It's only a small movement, so try not to sort of slam these up or throw yourself up. It's only a little movement, and the more controlled you are, the better. So if you feel like you're out of control and you have to throw yourself up, just slow it down a little bit, and it's only a small one. If you can't lift your legs up as well at the same time, just concentrate on lifting the upper body up and across. Breathe out as you crunch in as well. And we're just swapping sides now. So get onto your side. I like to place my hand there, feeling it, and I'm just shortening the distance. Just crunching in, feeling the squeeze, and relaxing. Breathing out as I crunch. I highly suggest counting your reps. I didn't count my reps for this one, but count your reps for this, the first one and the second one, so you match up. You don't want one side bigger than the other. That's probably not going to happen, but just make sure you do count. It is helpful. So if you do, say 40 on one side, make sure you do 40 on the other. We're almost there. Alright, so you can do 1 or 2 rounds of that one. Otherwise, jump to the next group. 20 seconds of each one, and we are starting off with the ab bicycle. Again, I like to be nice and controlled. Do not flip your elbows side to side and your knees in. Control the movement. Make sure one shoulder blade is on the ground, on the floor, and you're lifting the other one up. You're shortening the distance between your, say, left shoulder to your right knee, okay? There's no rest in between, so straight onto the V hold and just holding it there. Concentrate on your breathing, make sure your core is on. Everyone's V up hold would look different, of course, because I've got a longer torso and shorter legs. Yours will look different to mine. Straight into the sit-ups, no rest. Breathing up as we come up, contracting the abs as much as we can, big squeeze. Try our fingertips on the side of our head and not behind our head. We don't want to crunch our head over, okay? Move as quick as you can. Onto the Spider-Man jump. Now these ones are a little bit different. These aren't directly correlated, but when you sprawl out, you don't want to sort of flop your hips down. You want to control your hips there. It's nice and tight. And then when you come up again, it's all correlated to keep you upright, yeah? But the idea is actually to get your heart rate up. Because now we're into the plank hold, your heart rate should be up, your breathing should be a little bit heavier. And just holding it and controlling it. Definitely do at least 3 rounds of this one just to finish off. Try not to do any rest in between. Just smash it out and you are good to go. Hope you're enjoying these ab workouts and the commentary as well. And I'll see you guys next week. You!